Attention, TJ Maxx and HomeGoods shoppers. You are listening to the Maxxinista podcast, safe place for retail workers everywhere. Attention, all customers, all listeners. This will be a longer podcast episode, which for some of you guys feels like it's already long enough, so I'm sorry, but go do your laundry, go do your drive to Santa Cruz, and pretend you're just talking to me, and hopefully that makes it bearable. And so this will be a longer form episode. I have 3 main big segments, and I hope that you will enjoy. So let's get back into my script. In this episode, I describe the process of moving, quote unquote, from one room to the other, discuss what I look forward to in my new life, and the potential triggers and microaggressions brought upon by ants. And God, how I hate ants. Next, I discuss the post-Carmen Learning Center apocalypse using my NPR voice and review some highlights from our friendship. This is Ira Glass. Just kidding. From that point, I reflect on other coworkers who have also left and the returning students and potential academy scenarios. Sprinkled in, I will maybe make some smart remarks about the naming conventions of the new students that we're working with and their precious unique names. All that without being fired. So challenge, impossible. That's tough. Lastly, I have some much more bits that I plan on discussing on the podcast that don't really fit into the retail or an educational side to it. They're just fun bits of personal stories. So without further ado, oh my gosh, you guys, I actually wrote this little nice thing on this little explainer within my script, and I'm all here improvising. This podcast, so pretend you didn't listen earlier, which you are doing a very excellent job at. This podcast will be on the longer side like the last episode, but don't worry, I plan on adding in breaks after each major segment, insert videos when possible, and I had a lot of fun inserting sounds from soundboards, so I hope you enjoy those too. Without further ado, let's get into my first segment. Quick transition sound. Boy, am I glad to get this segment started. Today was a small step for many, but a huge step for mankind. Because Donald Trump was there on the moon, allegedly. I don't know which side to believe anymore. Moon landing or no moon landing? No, just kidding. I have so many things to clear up. But it just doesn't feel like it would be the moon because the flag was... Okay, I have to have a whole new segment just to talk about my bestie Candace Owens. Because if the small-handed male community will not be slighted by your remarks and stereotypical hand sizes. Also, while being intentionally vague to protect the privacy of this person while I was on a date, I did allegedly make a comment about the girl's hands and did allegedly call her that she had like a bricklayer's hands, but I never questioned her gender. So I don't know if I can do it. I don't know why she can't do it. But okay, off to a great start. Oh, wow. Oh, okay. So I said, talk about microaggression. Speaking of that. No, not my Trump.
I always call it massive. Sometimes they say huge. Not a bad one. Huge.
Evolution. Not even Microsoft Word big tech trying to gaslight me into thinking a microaggression is not a grammatically correct phrase. Today was the day that I moved out and moved to the next room. You think that would be an easy move, in considering that I got a head start the day before? It was, but that doesn't mean that I didn't run into problems. I will forever miss the previous furniture. Shout out to the furniture from the 16th century. It's all wooden. It has that antique feel. In a hypothetical, if I ever invited a special company, I'd be like, "Is this your grandma's room? It looks very nice. I love the mirror." And I'll be like, "She's kind of like my grandma." So, how do I make my room more manlier? I already have a plaid, not to brag, but a plaid bed sheet. So I think it's really doing favors. I have my microwave, and I just need a mini fridge and one of those triangle sports flags. So obviously 49ers, just because they're close by. That's right. I did that to trigger the football loving people in my family. Where was I? Okay. I will forever miss the previous furniture, the desk and chair that I had in the room, despite the fact that I made fun of it when I arrived. I don't have any wood puns, but if I could make a joke, I would. I will not miss the ants that came into my room, probably hunting for my refreshing Diet Coke, Diet Dr. Pepper, or Ollipops. Jokes on you and Nayeli, who I called you by the wrong name, so I'm sorry about that. If you're listening, that was for you. Sorry for being petty, but let a boy dream. Don't worry, Nayeli. I won't bring up the last brand of energy drink that I was drinking because I am trying to drink more water. That's right. This episode is brought to you by Dasani, but never Arrowhead. That's cultural appropriation with a bad taste in your
cultural appropriation, Amy.
Mouth. Bet you they're not even collected by Native American people. No, the quality of Arrowhead is just subpar. It's not very good. But that's what we have to deal with at work. And then they run out of gallons and they're like, at least we have water bottles. And I don't. Oh boy, but can we afford the robots that come into our session? Because why do we have this? Also, I did actually forget. Ants are so funny. But it said it in a sarcastic way. When my female friends are like, you know what's so funny? I don't like that usage of the word. Ants are so funny they will literally go to war for a small piece of hard candy or a bit of honey than the 3 bananas that I had bought when I was sick. No one ate those bananas. Sorry, Mom. Honorary shout out goes to Safeway. Currently, I have experienced 2 concerts near me and last night barking dogs. Breaking news, we are hearing some fireworks, but I am not an LA protest. No, well, okay, see, there weren't fireworks. I get that, but sorry. Within me is this desire to comment on Twitch politics, and I will try to refrain as much as possible. Yesterday, we had Coldplay potentially playing Fix You again, and as a way to model being the bigger person, I will not be making any jokes about the whole situation, because I just wish I had someone to go to the avoiding copyright. No, I'll play the clip right now. All right, there we go. Instead, I will be quite candid with you. And even though I would be ecstatic to say this podcast is brought to you by Walmart, honorary shout out goes to Sam's Club. Though I was not highly satisfied with my shopping experience, you guys. Well, I really mean I was not highly satisfied with my assembling skills. So that's kind of like a me problem. But Walmart could have gotten me a screwdriver within the desk that I bought. So screw you, Walmart. Shocking. Yeah. So that was desk attempt number 1. I don't know if it's just me and my father wounds. Oh, Microsoft Word. More gaslighting and try to correct me to father's wounds in real time. Now I have mixed feelings. I'm a bit angry at the victim blaming and I feel that my pain is minimized, but I can see how my father had also pain of his own. This podcast is not brought to you by my therapy session. I should explore that more, but this is the path to forgiveness. But it is not the path to arming a desk with wobbly legs and screws loose. Including mine. Yes, I am also engaging in self-deprecating humor. This desk wasn't that expensive, which is why I don't feel bad taking my anger out on it and breaking it. Trust me, it was easier than you think. The tie lock system is not very tight. And whatever. Coldplay, where were you when I needed you to help me fix
you? I don't even know how you work.
With Morgan Wallen in the background, I could feel the toxic X energy flowing through me as I pulled apart the janky legs from the rest of its feeble body, because we are never, ever, ever putting any furniture back together. Also, according to country music logic and morality, the desk cheated on me. So any response in my end is totally and completely justified by any means necessary. But I'm not gonna lie, it was good getting. Let me fix you, table. But I mean it in the opposite way. I mean it as a coping mechanism. So, I say this as I embrace. Desk number 2, which don't get mad. Desk number 2 is a white desk, and it turned out all right. It is a little bit scraped on the sides. This desk does not have. I don't think I have good building genes, but we'll get into more of that later. But I was able to actually get like a screwdriver set and actually put this thing together. So yeah. Great. Now Microsoft Word is mansplaining back to Taylor Swift. Great. Now Microsoft Word is mansplaining Taylor Swift lyrics to me. I don't have any more Morgan Wallen jokes, but if I could, I would two-step all over this product. I have nothing to say about the chair I ordered yet, but it looks like it's sturdier, and I don't mean to brag or anything, but I did assemble some chairs during office hour. Microsoft Word, do you want to mansplain to me again? It says I am wrong. It says no, Mr. Manny, the clinician who has worked at this learning educational center. I know that you meant to say office hours. When do we have plural office hours? At this point, what is a singular office hour? Okay. Instead of crashing out, I'll probably insert a sound of static because I am. I was feeling it when I was writing the script. I'm much more calm now. Thank you. Okay, I'm calm now. Apparently, office hour, home of the Hague. How come she gets to do the laundry, but Mr. Manny has to stay and clean the door handles? Says the man who waits like 4 weeks to get laundry done. That was a funny roasting session. My aunt and mom kind of had together. Not roasting. I mean, some of my family relatives are very good at roasting me and making fun of when I had a beard. So I don't have one now. So you tell me what you make of that. Also, it's summer season, so Mr. Manny has to stay and clean door handles. But Mr. Manny would rather clean door handles and cabinets than putting together chairs. I think I have a little bit of more inner work to do. I will let you all know about round 2 of assembling a new chair, which, oh my gosh, I don't know if you can hear the rolling wheels, but I have put it all together, putting the back keep it PG. Putting the backrest of this chair, this big back chair. See, I'm taking the joke in a new direction that's more appropriate. So that is what I'm doing for you and your children, because there are kids in the car. Putting the back seat, putting the backrest of the chair was the toughest part, because you had to align it so basically I could screw it in. So yes. And that's it for chair news. I know, very exciting stuff. I'm so sorry. The good news is now you know what your donation can cover. Cha-ching. Speaking of donations, in honor of my friend who has started teaching at a real school, I will also take it upon myself to talk about my wish list. First, roll out the happy music. Okay, we got it? Editor, you got it? Yes. Okay, I'm ready. Hi, friends. Today I'm talking to you about my wish list. Sparkle, confetti. Sorry, I apologize. I became Miss Rachel for a second. As I start my new journey as a teacher, there are certain things that I would love to have. Money. Just kidding. As an educator, I would love to wish for the following things. Number 1, no more permanent markers or pens. Scribbles on my hand. Let me do that one more time. No more permanent markers or pen scribbles on my hand or skin. Number 2, no more Indian burns. Number 3, a more masculine nickname, please. Number 4, water in our kitchens and cups. Number 5, workbooks that don't fall out of the cover. No, that's a fun one. Number 6, Chromebooks that work with doc cams. Also a fun one. It's very cool to be like, hey, kid with special needs. Wait, that started off weird. I'm sorry. Let me do this again. Hey, kiddo. Wait a minute. And then my camera just turns off and I became a ghost. And then they're like, hey, where's Mr. Manny? Yeah, but some of the kids are sweet. So it's kind of funny. Number 7. Oh, and then if my camera goes, I have a brain break, and it can be like I could take a 30 seconds to cry. The emotions of clinicians could all write memoirs together and be like, oh, there was that one time that kid, was so depressed that they were like on their bed the whole entire time. And so I felt like I was literally talking to the wall, and that can be a little depressing on my side too. So that's what I'm going to do when the camera goes out. I'm just going to, mute myself and just cry a little bit. Number 7, a younger CEO that doesn't require us to write by candlelight. Going back to number 6, a little bit of discrimination, if you will. No. So I did find out Chromebooks can't handle doc cams for some reason, but the MacBook can. So that's something I would like to explore and make our workplace more inclusive. Also, IT, if you're listening to me on an unrelated note, I am so sorry that I'll be sending you back my 3rd laptop with a broken screen. Okay, I promise there's an explanation. Okay, honestly, I don't have a wish list, but if I did, I would love to raise a small donation goal to compensate for my recent expense. As I am writing today, my broken Walmart desk leans against the fence near the trash can. Update. Actually, I put it there, but I think it's not there anymore, so it'll get picked up with the trash. Good, where it belongs. Unlike the Walmart screwdriver set that kind of works, there's so many extensions to it. I don't know which one does which, so I'm kind of still learning that. And I was able to assemble my new desk. I already talked about that, and I would appreciate any support. Look at me begging online. That's I don't know how I feel about that yet. Yes, this is my plug for you to check out my Patreon. Follow me on Spotify. I like this episode. If I hit 100 followers, I can finally get subscriptions and do something special. Like...
Did I just wooify capitalism? Capitalism, woo!
Sell my soul out and create mediocre content and probably interview Alex. Which is not inferring it's in the same line of doing bad things for the podcast. It is a good thing. Alex, my number 1 question will be, You're gonna love this one. You're not gonna love this one. Mr. Alex, how do we explain the white hair suddenly forming? Talk to me about that. Finally, as I wrap up my first segment, I have a grievance with the guys, the Boba boys, the top golf pros in my life. We only gone to Boba and Top Golf. I have only gone there, I should say, once. So yeah, I live so close to a certain unnamed stadium, home of the Gold Digger. I don't know how the ESPN sound actually goes, so I'll play it here. Okay, but haven't had an invitation to go to a game. Also, our group chat is so dead, it's deader. That's not a word. Than a chance for Draymond Green to get inducted into the Hall of Fame. I did that. I did that just so I can bond with Ryan. I was like, I don't care.
Nope.
Do I know what I'm saying? No, but I want to bond, please, with my male friends in my life. Tell me all about the percentages and the yards and the what do I actually care about? Field goal attempts? Because at least, I don't know, kicking the football is pretty challenging. But have you ever kicked a basketball? Yeah, don't do that. Take a deep breath. My last two complaints are general and quick. GPS can say Knickerbocker or Cherco. What's another Hellier? But can't say a Spanish street name. Okay, I'm gonna say this without saying too much. GPS will still say Arboles, but can say any obscure bird name in the area when I go drop passengers, and I'm like, well, these are interesting street names. Yeah, Meadowlark. Okay, I don't know. I think GPS should take some Duolingo or something to at least try to say the names of the streets a little bit better. Oh, roasted. Moving as a single guy was also interesting, but despite the stereotypes, I was able to place my fitted sheet into my new bed. Queen-sized, fellas. I still don't know how to fold them. I don't think I will ever learn. Last shout out to my mom for helping. That doesn't make sense. Did that make sense? Does that match your picture? No, it doesn't. Last shout out goes to my mom for helping me and only shaming me a little bit because they had a reason to be like, don't do 4 loads of laundry in one day when you're moving. I'm sorry. What do you mean I shouldn't put 3 loads of laundry in one day? LOL. Wait. Finally. I'm going to pull out a Miriam. She's new. I have not yet made a reference to her. Miriam, you're famous among 37 Spotify followers that I hope are actively listening. Finally, I'm going to pull a Miriam and add 3 PSs at the end of this podcast, quote unquote email. It's not a joke. She added so many notes, but it was because it was, very big news. Anyway, moving ever so slightly made me wonder what it would be like if I lived together with my family. This is kind of like the PS to the segment. What would it be like? And there's a Christian worship song that has that line. What would it be like if I lived, if we all lived together? Because right now I kind of feel like I'm away at boarding school. You're a clinician, Harry. And I come and see my family every so often, every Sunday. I'm basically the male equivalent of a governess in a Bronte novel. Except I'm not marrying a rich person anytime soon, and I can barely afford a room, much less move into an ominous rich person mansion with complicated past relationships and a woman living in the attic. But I'm still rooting for a healthy relationship between Jane Eyre and Mr. What's his face. Okay, all you literature major students, that's like one other one of you, please drop in the comments what was the name of the person. But I can still wonder, what would it be like if I lived with my family? First, I would have to change my address on Amazon. This episode is about just kidding. I would enjoy being around my siblings and eating my sister's refried beans and playing Roblox but that by itself sounds a little sus. So I mean, playing Roblox with my little sister or siblings. I could also chat about teaching with my brother, so that's great. But I think I would have to get used to the new family dynamics. We know what we're talking about. It would be a really big transition. We have a male cat. When he gets overstimulated, instead of communicating his needs, he digs his claws into my skin and I get the message. I think we're going to have problems. Also, I think I will end up being the family dishwasher again. This episode is brought to you by Dove. Type. Google. No, I mean Dawn. Soft on humans. Whoosh. Now it's time to talk about the elephant or rather, the manatee in the room. She would like that better. This is not easy to talk about, but I thought I should reflect on our post-Carmen work era. I know. Now, before I get canceled, I do want to tell you sent to Siberia. Shout out to Christina. Okay, I'm sorry. I think the Russian jokes are tired. They should retire, like Vladimir Putin. Okay, never mind. Now, before I get canceled, I do want to tell you all that I did write her a cute card. I am not virtual signaling, maybe just a little bit, with a mayonnaise character, Dr. Mayonnaise, actually. But I was very worried by the reaction of others to not join in her event. Now, for sure, we are going to be lacking in our fun and obscure animal facts database, endearing nicknames that totally affirm my masculinity. Because, Carmen, do we really have to do Bambi? Bambi, not even Bambino. No, just Bambi. I mean, I do obviously look like I'm perpetually lost with my big doughy eyes. And Boulevard Cafe won't be forced to take on a new sponsor to save their business. Don't even think about it, iDubbbz. You're not the only one struggling with IBS. I am too, so I will not be the sponsor of Cafe Boulevard anytime soon. I will not be playing a Sounds of iDubbbz to keep it PG. Okay, maybe just this once. I really wanted to eat a banana and Nutella crepe, but it did not
There's a lot of us with IBS, man. That's a real fraternity.
Back. Maybe now I can finally tell my listeners about a very bold 18-year-old that asked for your number, Carmen. Tune into my special Patreon for more hot tea. I'm just kidding. I'm not going to do that. Just kidding. Carmen, please don't send Minnie to kill me. You can send Ryan Stock, so you can send Teddy to come in and do his duty. And floof himself. That sounds weird. Plop himself on. No, that sounds weird. Lay his body. No, that sounds weird. Okay. So Ryan has a really cute dog, and sometimes he just like lays on top of your feet, and that is very cute, and I like that. So yeah, there are still plenty of unknowns about Carmen's lore, like her travel arc. How was Kentucky on the 4th of July? And why is everyone getting fireworks instead of Bambi? My sky is just darkness, with barking dogs in the background. Even the cats avoid me, not me being emotionally needy. Anyway, good luck on her journey to become a real clinician. No, just kidding. We're you know what I mean. Like, that kind of clinician. Wait. I have a personal thank you and apology. It's a Mr. Mayo Bogo. Bogo? No, don't make me do a side, Carmen, please. Thank you for helping me with. I need a nickname that is truck or farm related. Thank you for helping me with Mr. John Deere. John Deere, isn't that the guy who drew lines on my arms with a permanent marker? Sorry, I'm doing my Twitch impression again.
Oh, that's so good.
And I have good news and bad news. We got some more reading done. Yay! But I also gave him an obscene amount of star cards. So I apologize. Sorry. Also, my choco flan and bagel never were ingested by me. So I wanted to sneak off and eat so I wouldn't be judged. And I sit and melted in my lunch bag. I totally forgot him. That brings me to the gestalt. See what I did there? Of the segment. Who else is leaving? Everyone right now. With so many teachers gone, I didn't even have a follow-up for that. I feel like, don't worry guys, I'll make it out of this segment. With so many teachers gone, I lose access to my running jokes of giving Kyle a bunch of white people names as he struggles to return the joke. Okay, it was hard not to say Rittenhouse, okay? I'm sorry, Kyle. I also tried Kyle Musk. I tried Kyle, what else? Winehouse. Kyle Smith. I lose access to my Mandarin Duolingo teacher, my Pinoy little big sister, with all the card tricks. And that's all I have right now. Of course, we still have the core crew. By the way, shout out to Ryan and Christina for not kicking me out of the group chat. I misunderstood you guys when you said you needed to make a new one. I was like, what did I do? But I think the biggest worry will be who's returning to Academy. Guys, I'm scared. I don't think Bugs Bunny has it in him to teach ELA again. Not to Anne of Green Gables. Of course, you know everything. And then lists. She would be such a good creative fiction writer because she makes up everything. Of course, you know everything that happened in the story. And of course, I actually enjoy the suffering because I have a hero complex. Let me be the Latino hero complex in this, the inverse. Instead of the white teacher trying to help the minority students, in a poor, underserved community. Let me do the opposite. Let me help the kids with disabilities from upper tax brackets. I know I can do it. And maybe, just maybe, I can see the outside of her mom's car and be like, wow, is that the Olympics logo? Oh no. And then that's it. Yeah. But I happen to think I'm also like the William Wallace for her, because she would relate to that culture. I'm the William Wallace of her.
They may take our lives, but they'll never take our freedom!
Learning ELA. Okay, are you guys ready for like a really bad Irish accent? It was Google to see if he was actually Irish. They can take away our classroom, but they can never take away our Pearson. Allegedly. Yeah, I'm not trying that one again. I need to be more impassioned. Okay. They can take away our classroom, but they can never take away our Pearson unless they're down. That was a fun social studies course. Oh, we don't have access to Pearson. Just wing it. Yeah, I'm not the winging it type. That segment leads me on into my next one on boundaries. This podcast is brought to you by Gary Thomas. Shout out to one of my listeners. Hold up. Word was being supported by saying one of my listeners. Gaslighting, more like gaslighting. But yeah, shout out to my one listener who got it. Emphasis on the. So it's a singular one. And Alex, you better post a picture of you reading that book together. Come on now. Now, when I talk about boundaries, I am referring to them in the classroom. Because sadly, I don't have a lot of experience anywhere else. I'm tired of the boundaries that say, don't put that in your mouth, and ew, you don't like people. And what else? 5 feet away. What can I be like? I can't joke, but you know what I mean. I feel red. Now, when I talk about boundaries, I am referring to them in the classroom. With new and current kids, you have quite an interesting experience. You have the kid who is annoyed and says fart whenever he doesn't want to read a word. That happened to me a couple of days ago. You have the one that can turn hatred into passion. I expect a certain contribution money from Mr. Hendrick for suggesting the cat game to a certain student, who I will call Bridge. Golden Gate Bridge. Mr. Hendrick, enough with your sensory language jokes. I just want a patron supporter, please. Can you picture that? Oh yeah, you have the kids that need a heavy emphasis on clear rules and expectations, who sometimes call you stupid and gaslight you online, saying you don't know how to say San Jose or spell it correctly, and they say, no, that spells juice.
Gaslighting, your lies, your
And I was like, yeah, I cannot make a joke like that right now. Hey, at least I didn't get a shoe thrown at me. Honorable mention to kids who draw boogers on your cards for Teacher Appreciation Week and say, I hate you, Mr. Manny, with a sense of humor and appreciation deeply, deeply hidden. Hey, Suresh, not his real name. I do not smell like elderberries, and we do not do cricket pitches towards the window. No, stop. Boundaries. Lastly, you have the kids that I shall call loan sharks. They are kids who thrive on high risk, high reward systems, and who see me as a sucker, like the salesman from the SpongeBob episode about chocolate. Every day is like approaching the sharks from Shark Tank. Cue the dramatic music. Dun 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 dun. Hi, sharks. My name is Mr. Mayo, and today I am pitching this new company called Star Wheel, with which you can earn anywhere from 5 to 10 stars and a doubling offer. In return, I ask for 80% session commitment, 5-minute bathroom breaks if needed, and my skin free from permanent markers and trauma. Also, if you're a certain math student, there is an added stipulation that you stop saying my name 500 times every 2 minutes, because if not, I will. How do I word this without getting sued? If not, Mr. Will Smith will put it into words you can understand. Suresh, get your name out of your mouth. No, get my name out of your mouth. That's what I meant to say. It's the jealous really doing its thing. Because I am. No, well. At least he wasn't saying Bambi. Fun math problem. If Suresh calls you by your full legal name 500 times every minute, how many times has he called your name if the session is 55 minutes total? Yeah, go ahead and do the wick and wink. I'll wait, boy. Okay. Actually, our math sessions are probably the best work that I've ever seen. And it's a nice refresher to be like, oh, that's how you go from decimals to fractions. Oh, I also need to have a word. A word. Get it? With the IT department, apparently a lot of my not sponsored work laptops have faced major student damages because they have been closed with items like pencils inside of them, thus breaking the screen. IT department needs to know that I am sorry and that this is why we can't have nice things, because boundaries. Then I had Miss Taylor Swift touch the already broken screen and make my display even worse. So to you, I said, look what you made. Look what you made me do. Me too. As teachers, we understand that students need motivators. And we have a bunch, some that I like and some that I was like a bit mad about. I will forever have a lingering fear that if I print a picture and it doesn't come out correctly and evenly and fully, that I will get a rock thrown at me or a dinosaur with a tricky name I can't pronounce. I got Brachiosaurus too. I have even suggested some before, but due to the older students that are into YouTubers, some of them to roast me, saying I have a triple chin and that I look like Dream, which is not that bad. Have we ever considered making our motivators Mr. Beast style? Also, shout out to the aforementioned 6'5" consultant boss lady who did journalism instead of basketball. We see you breaking the glass ceiling. Okay, enough tall jokes. That type of humor is beneath this podcast. But I did tell her that she reminded me of the episode where SpongeBob and Patrick where they were blowing bubbles and they blow so many, different animals and stuff. And then as the bubbles go up, to the ocean sky, Patrick starts laughing and he's like, in my best Patrick voice, oh, that's a giraffe. So that's what she reminds me of. Without further ado, here's my Mr. Beats Clinician Challenge Level Impossible pitch. First, we need to make sure that we rent a facility large enough for 3,000 students, and for legal reasons, allegedly failed to accommodate to their dietary needs. Allegedly. Except for a certain student who loves Mr. Jemmy and calls me his coach because he already has tummy issues, and I sympathize with you. Do not eat ice cream. That's your shout out. Mr. Jammy says don't eat any more ice cream. Next, I need to talk about this impressive, massive game show voice. While I lived a gigantic version of a star card worth 10,000 star cards. Then I need to make sure that I say no purchase necessary because I have learned my lesson now. Allegedly. Yeah, I kind of think that happened, but that was not intentional. So, yeah, I don't know. No more actual comments on that. I just thought it was a funny jab. After a YouTuber will make a video exposing me, and Nancy Bell will finally learn what my name is. If she recalls on me in this videos, I am like, oh my gosh, the Imperial Queen has pointed towards my screen at Los Gatos. Ever so humbly, I'll be like, am I muted? I don't know what I'll actually say, and then she'll. I don't know. I don't know what else to say about my CEO that will not get me fired. San Luis Obispo is a beautiful city. I have gone there. I went to the bad side of town. It's not that nice. Thus, I will lose my job because I quote-unquote made personal remarks that do not reflect the values instilled in our clinicians. But then, I will make my return with even more impressive Mr. Beast-like challenges. Are you ready? Are you sure? Okay, today on Mr. Mayo, that's copyrighted now, trademark, we're going to reach 100 Spotify followers, please. So like and subscribe to the Maxx talking about these days. First of all, I want to say if you're making it towards the end of the podcast, thank you so much for hanging on. Now we're going to dwell into our much more segment, the part of the show where I dwell deep inside that paper bag that rips if you look at it too hard. I'll try not to get too animated because boundaries. Okay, now we're back to plastic. Now we're back to plastic. But now I can't go to Fremont like Mr. Kareem and get bags. It's the little things. You're like, okay. Okay, my conservative people, I need you to not get triggered, okay? All right. Oh, I said but. All right. Put your red hats and listen and collaborate. I was going to use the word intersectionality and be like, oh, haha, my snowflakes, did I trigger you? But the truth is that a lot of what I like and a lot of what I do in my educational professional life crosses, yes, amen, crosses into my faith community. Okay, sorry, that was Mr. Hendrick Explains. That should be a segment in and of itself. Mr. Hendrick explains a concept used in 5 sentences. Let me condense that. Challenge impossible. I don't just teach at work, I'm also a Sunday school teacher. So what does that look like? I'll tell you.
And these Sunday school kids are tough.
Teaching Sunday school has very interesting moments indeed. From kids asking me the meaning of certain body-related acronyms that I cannot say here because kids in the car, saying hilarious TikTok sounds like bombastic side-eye. Resolving complex and seeing them act out Bible stories. And of course, our most favorite, beloved, the fruit of the Spirit is not a banana. I think I have a Zacchaeus complex because I compare myself to other teachers who actually have credentials. Meanwhile, I'm withholding food as an incentive for class participation, allegedly. Most of the time, I have a task of redirecting boys from pounding the table, making fart noises. Meanwhile, one of the girls is already putting me to shame by starting a spontaneous game of Jesus says. I feel terrible. Maybe Jesus is saying that this is not your ministry.
I hate it. I'm out. Wow.
But Jesus, how else am I going to talk to? Oh, I can't believe I wrote this. No, I can't. I was unhinged yesterday. But Jesus, how else am I going to talk to Bethel's mom after the service or Samson's mom? Also after service. Which only makes sense if I read this line correctly. But Jesus, how else am I supposed to talk to Bethel's mom after service? Or Samson's mom? Or Jason's mom? Also after service. Not my fault that you got it going on. In the Lord. The fruit of the Spirit is not a banana, Mr. Manny. Okay, fine. Praise the Lord. I bet you have never seen a snack sweeping snacks off the floor. That is why I'm still single. This podcast is brought to you Goldfish. Goldfish, the snack that smiles back. Please don't sue me. What would be a Christian version of them anyway? 5 loaves of bread. 5 loaves of bread and fishes. Hey, sister. Hey, so no, don't get sued by copyright infringement. All right, I was going to make a joke about mom's night out, but you know, me on a date. Awkward silence. Well, we're moving on very quickly, to one of our recent church events. Because we're going down to the river. I'm not Jordan Feliz. Jordan, isn't that the guy who wears hats? Isn't that the worship leader who wears hats and has a mustache? Fun fact. I think one of my followers actually knows Jordan Feliz or Danny Goki. I'm not sure. Shout out to Riverbank City. No, not to be confused with Riverside. Riverbank City. Riverbank, home of the world's longest trains. So that's what you mean by City of Action. Remember, Manny, keep it PG for the kids in the car. If I play the Cars for Kids commercial song, I would get sued. So just imagine it in your head. KARS. I don't remember how it goes. That's right. Train action. Any other type of action. Imagine such a special moment when you're about to get baptized and your prayer gets muted by the world's longest train. That's right. Your prayer finally got censored, but no, we have to watch this train carry Amazon Prime packages, which is not a conflict of interest, even though I have a Prime package outside. You know what, you guys, I am holding that Prime package for my mom. It's not even mine. Yeah, Stephanie, we'll get that joke. Okay, no. But yeah. That was worth it because I got to listen to a little girl be funny about it, so it paid off. She said, I thought that train would be infinity. And I was like, little girl, this is the most that I have seen you and heard you talk, and you're hilarious. Because she's like more quiet in class. I'm nowhere near the Esau level, so with her little pot of kids following her. I might not have a conflict of interest here. Shout out to the river for not being freezing, though. We like that. I also managed to have a nice conversation, but I also managed to have nice conversations with unnamed people. Okay, you will not get tea from me. You will listen to it on a voice memo, like Michelle. But I have to confront a major allegation against me, which I will call the apostolic Sydney Sweeney Speedo allegations. Yes, you guys. I was gonna say accosted, and then I was like, I don't want to make it weird, but let's just say I had an interesting interaction in the men's bathroom, which is not traumatic. No, let me rephrase. Let me start over because I don't want to joke about that. So, we don't have a changing room, so I was using a stall to change. Very modest, very demure, and a certain licensed minister who will not be named started, ragging on me and joking like guys do, and he didn't even compliment my hair. I know that he doesn't remember that other people have hair, but I got a haircut, okay? And I did get a nice shave too. He didn't compliment me on that. He just said, "Hey, Manny, I hear you were rocking a Speedo." No, he didn't even say rocking. I hear that you were wearing a Speedo. And the ladies were all saying that they can see your butt. And I was like, Mr. Licensed Minister who handles our church finances, well, you gotta be like this. What can you say that at least I look good in this hypothetical? Guys, there's no need to hold me as the paradigm of male Western beauty standards. Stop, you guys. Hold up, I was almost gonna type Speedy, not the Speedy Gonzalez allegations. I already did a Christy Noam joke last episode. Girl, I'm playing hard to get. No. The Speedo allegations. I have throughout my life only owned one Speedo, and there were slides. These slides were too small on me, so that's proof that they were indeed Speedos. And they were black and blue. Roy, I have to enjoy the guy humor in the bathroom and, at least cheer me on in that scenario, like I said. That's it, you guys. I'm now going to the river in a full ministerial outfit. Unless you subscribe to my Patreon. Just kidding. No, nobody took pictures because I was never wearing those things. Okay, I was wearing oversized shorts. Actually, Josh did have to button up my polo shirt on Wednesday, so if that counts as a scandal, I guess maybe. But he also likes to point out my chest hair a little bit too much. So shout out to my jeans, I guess. Jeans. What a beautiful segue into my much more bit weighing in the whole Sydney Sweeney ad, which first of all I have to preload with. I heard, full disclosure, I have heard of this through YouTube, like news commentary. Don't worry, I won't go AOC on you. That's a tough one to say. Also, full disclosure, I discussed this topic with one of my friends who's a girl, so I feel like I need to, be like, put that first. I'm sorry, I feel so cautious, but essentially, I feel like the whole commercial has been interpreted in the worst light by those who feel like the wordplay celebrating racism and eugenics on the left, while the right is complaining about the hypersexualization of the model, which is not hard to do. I'm sorry. My take is this. Here's my theme song for mentioning hot takes when there is one. And as my friend reminded me, there are kids in the car. So what I can say is this. Sydney Sweeney, you should make a commercial for denim jean skirts. That will solve both the left and the right issues, okay? They'll be like, oh, you have good denim? You have good denim skirts? Okay, we're satisfied. You're not promoting eugenics or female Western beauty standards or celebrating fascism. And on the right, a little bit more conservative attire. So I think I just solved the Sydney Sweeney. I will take it upon myself. No, I'm just kidding. Sadly, that's all I can say for legal and moral reasons. I cannot further address the curvy. You know what? I'll let Mr. crabs describe her better than I can.
Scrumptious, curvy cutie.
I hope you like that. Attractive elephant in the room. Of course, this means I have to do more research. No, do not, editor, do not put a winky face on this. Thank you. My defense, I countered this issue with another controversy. The Dunkin' Donuts commercial with a shirtless boy or young actor talking about having good skin. And my friend was very critical of him. He's like, that's not a boy, that's not a man, that's a boy. Well played. Well played indeed. You mean we got a I'm so like seething. You mean we got a HomeGoods, Sweet HomeGoods Netflix show when we could have gotten Sydney Sweeney to collab with TJ Maxx, Ernie Carmen? Come on, man. Or I'll let Biden say it.
Come on, man.
Okay, thankfully that's enough of that controversy, except to say shout out to the prayer list of crushes one of my friends and I used to have. Oh, for those simple times when we could joke around and talk about Fergie, Selena Gomez, and High School Musical. Yep, that's it. No, we did not add Megan Thee Stallion there. Thee Stallion like a horse, but she's not stable at all. Wait. Before I go, I have to reflect briefly on living in a party house. Party. But not like that, more like this. Yes, mariachi callback from my last episode. I have a couple of observations about growing up in a party environment. Because, this is my testimony. I grew up in a party house with the party lifestyle. I was drinking boba and jugo de Jamaica, and I just didn't want to stop. I'm just kidding. Put me on that podcast. I don't know. Sometimes I'm a little jaded with our episodic podcast. It's like, well, I just felt it in my heart. Maybe it is the male cynicism. No, I don't know who truly knows me knows that I have a strong emotional side too. So it's not the act. It's just like it's a little basic. We're like, prayer. Yes, don't listen to secular music. Girl, ask some tougher questions. Okay, that's it for my little side rant. I'm so sorry. You have to talk about mariachi though, because I heard a couple of songs and one of them made me think that my aunt was tipsy or tone deaf. I don't know which one is worse. It started out quite normally with a cheery bilingual happy birthday song. Then some people started requesting songs. And I believe some mariachi songs need to come with a trigger warning. Let's see, we had the average Mexican melancholy, some interesting geographical songs about my home state. Those are good. I think I learned more about my state that way, and I would love to teach the state's capital through mariachi. All right, kids, you heard of them coming through San Isidro, but did you know they travel the whole country? Yeah, listening to, I don't know how I would translate this into our teaching culture, but oh my gosh, if we did Caminos de Jerusalem, get on that level. Okay, I don't know. Oh, I forgot our average song our average songs that love green eyes, which is really triggering because I have brown eyes. But every time I hear ojitos, I turn into a sentimental, mushy buffoon man. But the real one that actually bothered me, plus there was like a side conversation where my uncle was talking about my grandpa. So not nice memories. Oh yes, so they were talking. How did I word this? But the real one was the one that promoted certain non-kid in the car approved drinks as a form of coping mechanism after a heartbreak. I can't even make a Corona joke, or else I will get a Fauci ouchie from Spotify and get demonetized. Also, I had to leave because my uncle was talking about the memories of his boyhood, and Grandpa liked to drink. Way to end on a really sad note to you guys. Sorry, as an apology, I hope you enjoy my music pun there.
Why don't we just end this on a positive note, okay?
I said it's a sad note. It's a music joke.
Puns, quips, jokes.
To lift up the spirit of this podcast. Yeah, I'm sorry. It was a bit of a downer. Downers and uppers are not another joke I can make. I'm so sorry. All right. Well, I don't have any more horse jokes and I don't want to cry. So that's my sign that this is the end of the podcast, or my sign to release my latest mariachi song, or my sign to go through therapy. But I will never sponsor BetterHelp. Thank you for listening to the Maxxinista podcast. We hope you were highly satisfied. BetterHelp is your BetterHelp. If I can see evidence and you can reach out to me, maybe we can overcome those differences with a nice compensation package. I'm just kidding. They're never going to hear this podcast. Let me try the ending one more time. Thank you for listening to the Maxxinista podcast. We hope you are highly satisfied with your listening and viewing experience. Like and subscribe to the podcast on all your listening platforms. And also, feel free to drop a comment so I can start reading them and check out my Patreon. Once again, thank you for listening to the Maxxinista podcast, and be well.